So let's look at this one too. Let's go ahead and draw our coordinates. You have to know that here all the numbers are positive. This 1, 2 is positive. Here is negative. And here is negative. You also have to know that this is, when we are labeled, we go to the counterclockwise. This is quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's go to the question. It said that 7B is in quadrant 1. 7 and B is here. And point A, -3 is in quadrant 3. So we got A, -3 in the quadrant 3. In what quadrant is a point AA? So here we realize that it's positive. So here for a point to be here, that means it have to be negative. So the A has to be negative. We have to know A has to be negative because it's in quadrant 3, so it have to be negative A. Okay. And then the B is in this quadrant 1, that means it has to be positive. So this is what we got. Be careful here, you see the A, you don't see the negative because the A is unknown. That's what they want you to determine. So they want you to analyze that. For it to find a 7 that quadrant 3, that means it must be negative. And for the B to be found in quadrant 1 must be positive. So you have to figure it out. So now you're going to plot the point -A and positive B. So negative A and positive B has to be in quadrant 2 because negative and positive has to be here. So A, B has to be here. So the answer have to be quadrant 2. Right, let's look at another one more question on the coordinate ordered pair. Which of the following ordered pairs, x and y is greater than x minus 4 and x plus y is less than 5? So here you have to use a multiple choice in order for you to get your answer. That will be the quickest and the smartest way. Since it's not equal, you cannot have exact. There's a lot of points that is going to fall in here. You can also grab this kind of question and then you can see which point will fall in that overlapping. So these are the two ways, but let me show you the quick first way. So the point, these are x and y. So we are on the A, so plug the point 0, -5 in here and in here to see if it will satisfy both inequality. So if we plug 0, here is going to be -5 and here is going to be 0 minus that. So here -5 greater than -4, which is not true. And now let's plug it in here. Since one of them is not true, it's not going to be true. But let's look at here. So here we add 0 plus -5 greater than less than 5. And indeed, this one is true, but this one is not true. So it will not satisfy both. We move on to the option B, which is 0, 2. Plug it into the same equation. We got 2 is greater than 0 minus 4, which is 2 is greater than -4. This is true. Let's look at the other one, if it's going to satisfy that one too. We got 0 plus 2 less than 5. 2 is less than 5. It satisfied that one too. So indeed, this point is going to be the answer. But let's try one more for the C, and then I will leave the D for you to do. We got a point 5, 5 and 3, and we are plugging it into the same inequality. So here it's just going to be 3 is greater than 5 minus 4, which is 1. And this is true. But let's look at the second inequality. When we add the two numbers, we get 8, and it have to be less than 5. This is not true. So since both of them did not satisfy, it's not. So here we can confidently say that it's going to be B. You can try the 4 and then you make your conclusion. Let's look at the second way that you could also do this. It's going to be a graph, so we are going to sketch. Hopefully we can able to sketch it better, but there's no harm in trying. So here I want to graph it, so I'm using the idea of y is equals to mx plus b. So I will turn this into equal. And then this one too, I will turn it into equal. So this one, I got it to be that. So that's really cool. Let me put one here, the slope. Okay. The second one, which is x plus y, must be equals to 5. Wherever we see the inequality, we are turning it into equal. And then I will take the x on this side. But I want it to be in the uniformity of this. So it will be minus negative x plus 5. Okay. So here the slope is negative 1. And now we can go ahead and sketch a graph. Let's go ahead and graph this first one. So the slope is 1 divided by 1. So you step on negative 4 and then you rise up 1. So let's say this is negative 4. You rise up 1 and you run 1. So the same. So it's going to be here. And you come to this side, you step on 5, and it's going to be a negative slope, so it's going to be down the hill. So it's 1 1, so 1 and you run 1, so 1 1, you run 1. So it's going to be, we can bring the inequality. So when we bring the equality here, we will realize that the first one was greater than. So greater than, it have to be a breaking line. So the lines have to be a breaking line, and this one too, the line have to be breaking line. Let me do all together because there is no equal under it, and it's greater. So greater is the upper part here, so it should have been all here. And the next one was less than. So if that is the case, less than have to go down. So realize that the overlapping was this region. So any point, so 0, so that's the reason why we could see that 0, 0, 2, which is where here is inside. 5, 3 will be somewhere here. 0, negative 5 would have been somewhere here. 4, negative 2, so 4, negative 2 will be outside here. And all that. So this is another way that you could have also, if you can able to sketch, and then you see where the points are going to be. And as even you have your calculator, graphing calculator, you can graph inequality so quick, and then you can able to locate if that the point is outside or inside. Thank you very much for sticking with me all the way to the end. Please go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next video. I wish you the best in your upcoming exams and whatever that you're doing out there. Be blessed.